It wasn't 40 minutes of pretty, but it was something that, we give credit to Omaha for coming in. They mixed their defenses up, and I didn't think we handled it well early. We kind of settled in there and did a better job in the later three quarters and found a way to have a good team win.
What was the message in that first timeout? The athletes said didn't live up to the standard.
Yeah, we say it a lot. I mean, the standard is the standard, and I thought we tried to kind of get everything easy, and then they made us pay. And I thought that they kind of made some hustle plays there in the first quarter that normally our team has kind of been coming away with, 50-50 balls, loose balls that they out-hustled us for. And we had some goals, rebounding goals, defensive rebounding goals. We didn't meet any of the three defensive rebounding goals that we had for this ball game. And so those are some of the things that we feel like we're trying to polish ourselves up and get better each and every night out. And there were some areas in this game that Omaha exposed that we did not get better.
Why do you think a team like Omaha exposed it versus potentially teams that you would think are higher ranked weren't able to do it earlier in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that went into this. None of the opponents that we've played at this point have looked at our roster and said, okay, there's, 7 different kids that are capable of going for double figures, and so we're going to go to a junk defense and try to pull one person out. And I just think that, we had some easy open looks against their triangle and 2, diamond and 1 early, and we were, one pass, jacking up threes. We had 26 three-point attempts in the first half, and I thought we were kind of just playing into maybe what their hands were instead of getting our paint touches, working for things inside, outside, moving the basketball a little bit more, and then taking those good shots. And so I think that's a part of it.
Did you think they put Maupin and Hargrove and helped when you inserted them into the game?
Well, I think that was a really good lineup to be able to go to some pressure defense, and I thought that really kind of amped us up a little bit and had us kind of a little more playing a little bit more aggressively defensively, and so we forced some turnovers. We had a little more zip in our step. I know we only gave up 13 points in the second half, but after 15 in the first quarter, then 7 in the second. And I think part of that was just when we went to some pressure, we did some different things. We were able to get some traps set, some things aggressive, and I thought that group kind of sparked us with that.
Do you think the physicality of the game maybe threw your team off a little bit? There wasn't a lot of foul calls. Whistles weren't very active tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, there was some conversation about we just have to be a little bit stronger. I thought that there were a couple times they were aggressive when we were getting defensive rebounds of really coming after, trying to tie us up, trying to, knock the ball loose or free. And so we needed to be stronger when we were getting defensive rebounds, but also, on the offensive side, I thought our forwards all offensive rebounded well when we weren't shooting the ball well. We had 19 offensive rebounds today, but and then we dribble the ball in the paint and kind of have some uncharacteristic just turnovers, gave them opportunities to come down and really muck things up and make some plays, and so I think that was something that we just got to get tougher.
This was something that was traveling around media circles today, so I don't know if you know anything about it. Did anybody talk to you about the point spread of this game?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wonder, I'm going to ask you this question even though you don't know what it was. Do you think it's helpful in any way for there to be a 62.5 point spread on women's college basketball?
No. I'm glad that I didn't know that, and I hope our team didn't know that. And it's something where we look at each opponent and respect them. And even though you have a situation where it's a brand new head coach and you can look at the record and think this or that, but in the grand scheme of things, we know how good of a coach that Jamie is and how she was going to have her team ready, and that a lot of girls that are on that roster, either played in state tournaments down here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, or, have come to camp at Nebraska, or just, it's going to be a game where they're going to come in and be playing hard and motivated. I thought that's what they did. And so to me, none of that other stuff matters.
Earlier in the day, Coach Hoiberg spoke to the media, and he talked about your relationship and how you've helped him through a lot of challenging times he may have had in the men's basketball program and where they're at now. Both teams 9-0, now you're 10-0. Can you talk about, from your perspective, your relationship with Coach Hoiberg?
Yeah, well, Coach Hoiberg has been an incredible resource for me, and I just feel like what an awesome treat for me to have a basketball mind like that just a few steps down the hall, and somebody that's willing to share information and be like, yeah, hey, come in and watch my practices whenever you want to, or that I purposely will pull his game film on Synergy to be kind of watching the actions. And, my husband and I are talking about, oh man, Fred ran this set and it'd be a great look for our personnel. And, just there's a lot of respect there. And he's been somebody that I spent a lot of time talking to before I brought Kennedy into our program after having some experience of coaching Sam. And, so we have a lot of things kind of similarly that we are walking through. And I couldn't be more thrilled to see Fred having the success that he's having with the way that he's built. I feel like a culture of kids that want to scrap and fight, and you can't walk down the hallway in between our two practice gyms, and their gym is just loud. It's noisy. It's intense. It's fiery. And it's just something that raises the bar for our program as well.
You mentioned Amiah with what she's done in the past couple of weeks. Do you feel like she's starting to separate herself from the group of bigs and kind of run with it, I guess, a little bit?
Yeah, I think Amiah's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and she's just making big plays when we need her to make big plays, and she's stepping up. She's playing, on both sides of the ball, and we talked about she was on the all-tournament team down in Florida. She had a career high at the Pentagon against North Dakota State, and then topped that career high the other day on the road at Penn State in a conference game. She just keeps kind of improving. Everybody wants to talk about her scoring and what she's doing with setting career highs, but for me, it's watching the confidence that she's gaining on the defensive side of the ball that is a pleasure for me to watch.
Your leading scorer, Britt Prince, only had 8 points tonight, but you had 3 players in double digits, another couple players close to 10 points. So what does it say about your team to score 87 points but not have your leading scorer be that high where she normally is each game?
Yeah, well, I think it says that Omaha was coming in here playing a diamond and one and face guarding her and trying to limit her touches and her ability to get good quality shots and triangle and two. And, most of the game she had somebody that was really, making it their emphasis to limit her ability to catch and touch the basketball. And yet she still had 5 assists, 1 turnover. She's still at 8 points. And more importantly to me, she impacted things by leading us with 5 steals. And so I think she's learning, growing, and maturing and finding ways to be able to impact the game, even if that's not always like putting up double figures.
Going from a game like Penn State, high action on the road conference opponent, to a team that's 1-8, lower level D1 school, what are you telling your players in the locker room?
I think the biggest thing for us is we respect our opponents, and the standard is the standard. We are about what is going to help us get better. And Penn State game, we saw some things that we needed to get better at. Now, we had given our players the next day off, and then we had 1 day to prep for Omaha, and so we knew they were going to play some different defenses and junk defenses, and so we knew that we could not take it lightly and that we needed to stay locked in and focused. This was going to be an opponent that would come in here and play really hard and be well coached, and so it was going to be important for us to just keep focusing on each possession, becoming the best version of ourselves.
Just
talk about the standard being the standard in the second half, only giving up 13 points. Was that closer to the standard for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. And I thought Jess Petrie really settled in, and it was really exciting that Jess Petrie's parents flew in from Australia the other couple days ago and were in attendance for this game. They surprised her by bringing her little sister and her youngest brother Will with, and so she is over the moon excited to have her family here from Australia for a couple of ball games. I thought maybe just a little eager and anxious there in the first half, but in the second half, I thought she really settled in and sparked us and became the dependable Jess Petrie that we've been able to really lean on, but especially defensively. I mean, there were a few possessions where late shot clock, she's getting blocks on three-point attempts and really kind of setting the tone for us, and I thought that was way more close to the standard.
Is that reunion tape, by the way?
I didn't hear your
question. Was the reunion of Jessica with her family taped?
I don't even know for sure because it was on our day off that she went to Omaha to pick them up, and I'm not sure. I think she might have been by herself, so I don't know that there was anybody there to film it. Maybe her family has it, and I'll ask. So.
You have 37 points off the bench and really pulled deep with 12 players in the rotation as a whole. Is that the game plan, and to get the younger players in early?
In some ways, yes, we have, we have balanced team and balanced effort, and we wanted to be able to keep kids fresh and healthy this time of year. So anytime that we can give players chances to gain experience and keep getting game experience to polish things up, yes, that's the game plan for us. And so, but thrilled to see some of our players that can come in and really spark us off the bench.
Anything else for Coach Wentz?
Thanks all.
Good.